Kia ora and welcome to
Monday.
Monday the ninth day of the Beer Jerk Advent Calendar Drink Along. I'm Joe.
I'm Luke.
And this is Blossom by 8 Wide, which is a blonde ale featuring some lovely additions.
Yeah, beautiful label.
Yeah, gorgeous artwork. There's calendula, there's rose, there's lemon. So a really delicious sort of mix of botanicals in this, and honey.
There was chamomile in here as well.
Chamomile, yep. Probably some lavender.
Lavender on the picture.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So it's slightly disorganised one today. It's a little bit last minute. I need to go for a run with Beer Jerk Run Club at any moment. And today we realised we're drinking this. We thought we were drinking another beer today. So sorry that we haven't got Soren from 8 Wide to join you and chat with you. We'll have to get involved in a future beer club video. But brewed by 8 Wide, the best brewery in the country, according to the New Zealand Brewers Guild Awards, time after time. They've won that accolade 2 or 3 times. Champion brewery for their size category.
Yeah, they won it most recently, and well deserved. They do a whole range of styles, and they execute everything amazingly. We're big fans of their Brave Old World series, so similar to Small Gods in a way, revisiting some sort of old European styles that don't get as much love nowadays.
Yeah.
They do incredible barrel-aged beers. Iced Out is one of the just best, always available beers anywhere in the world, really, in my opinion.
Yeah, incredible. And like shockingly well priced as well, Iced Out.
Yeah,
it's always
yeah.
amazing. It's 10% Imperial Stout and it'll be $11 or something for a 440.
Yeah, and the Hippie Berliner, just an incredible sort of light, easy drinking sour. So they cover all bases. Lupulo, a fantastic sort of hoppy lager. Just a great brewery. And unfortunately, not a super sunny day up here in Tamaki Makaurau.
Sorry.
But yeah, the idea was a beautiful, after a big weekend, a beautiful sort of light, crisp, floral, lemony sort of beer to enjoy on a sunny Monday afternoon. But
Well, I think, it's raining, but I think this is channeling
this
sunshine,
is
good vibes.
bringing the sunshine, I think.
Sunshine in a glass, yeah. But yeah, as Joe says, 8 Wide, the brewery that can do it all, just across the styles. We buy a lot of beer at Beer Jerk. We've been doing this for 10 years now. And we get beers for things like our Advent Calendar and for Beer Club, which is our weekly drink along that we do every single Thursday night. We do something a lot like this. So that's what we started from the outset. And when I'll speak to 8 Wide and they'll mention that they've got a new beer coming out, and it might be, a mild, or it might be a Rauch beer, or just whatever it will be, we'll just say, yep, we'll please have many cases of that, because we know that they're going to nail it. We just complete trust that they're going to do a great job.
Yeah, and it was hard actually deciding which of their beers to go for, because they have a few sort of all getting released around now.
Yeah.
It was almost left at last minute because they had like a few different bases ticked. So depending on what I decided for other breweries, I knew I'd be able to slot something fantastic in from 8 Wide. But
good old reliable 8 Wide.
yeah, I'm glad I went for this, because it's a phenomenal sort of light beer.
It's a great pick. And one of the beers we haven't mentioned that has come out of the 8 Wide Brewery is the brewery that was it was announced as Grand Champion New Zealand beer at the New World Beer and Cider Awards earlier this year, which was Desperate Glory. It was brewed as a collaboration with Small Gods. So that was a pretty incredible result to get. Just when I spoke to Soren, he mentioned that he'd entered it in the awards, and like at Small Gods, we don't enter beers into awards, and certainly not supermarket run awards because they're small batches. And he mentioned he'd entered this bourbon barrel-aged oat brewing, and I just presumed that they choose beers which they could sell a lot of in supermarkets around the country, but that's not the case. It's a competition that's run by beer judges and judged according to the BJCB guidelines, and the best beer won.
Yeah.
So hopefully a few people were introduced to oat brewing and those wonderful Belgian styles through the supermarkets.
And if your batch happens to be in a spot with not many beer fans and a New World, you might find some very well priced oat brewing after the store manager goes, "What the fuck have we bought this for?"
I can imagine a lot of blokes getting a bit of a shock trying this beer that kind of tastes like vinegar when they were just expecting something totally different. But yeah, amazing.
Delicious balsamic vinegar, not like
It's
acidic.
such a great beer.
not like when my dad bit me to drink that much malt vinegar while we were having some fish and chips as a child. I still remember it. I wanted to cry.
That sounds like a legend. And floral beers. As you probably know, I especially love the idea of different adjuncts, botanicals in beer, and herbs, spices, flowers, teas, whatever it is. It's always wonderful to see different things in beer, and it's not a new thing, as we've spoken about at length on other videos. Brewers only started using hops properly in the last 100, 200 years. So before that, it was all growth with different kinds of plants would be used. So this isn't that extraordinary, but it's extraordinary in modern beer until we had this craft revolution recently. And there was one of the sad stories of brewing companies in New Zealand that have fallen by the wayside was the Herbalist. So a woman called Rebecca made some really beautiful beers. And it's a brewer that I think about regularly. And as me and Matt are putting together recipes for interesting beers.
They had a licorice root lager.
Beautiful anise, a rosemary pale ale, I think it was.
I think there was only a couple of their beers I got to try before I moved overseas.
But there's obviously, you've got access to absolutely everything when it comes to wonderful botanicals. So yeah, really cool beer, beautiful artwork, and the beer it brings to mind a little bit. It will be the it must be the chamomile on the finish. The Small Gods Botanical Lager that we brewed recently, the Love and Idleness.
Yeah.
And while I'm not a fan of chamomile in chamomile tea, really, I feel like it's a bit too drying. I feel like when I drink chamomile tea, I just go back like you've got some cloth in your mouth. I think it works really nicely as a sort of a dry finish in a light beer like this.
Yeah, and with things like lemon, elderflower that definitely suggest sweetness, it is good to have that kind of slightly astringent, balancing floral character in there. Lavender, which you always say is exactly the same as rosemary, but
basically.
I've never fully agreed with that, but.
And the lemon in here is beautiful. I was talking earlier about how delicious a shandy is in summertime. Lemon goes nicely with these beautiful blonde ales and just crushable light beers. So really beautiful balance of different flavors in this beer. Absolutely nailed it.
Yeah, and it's something we always mention when it exists in the beer that we're talking about, but it's so amazing to have such a crushable, easy drinking beer that if you actually wanted to sit and think and write down your thoughts, there is a lot to think and write about, and a lot for us to talk about as well. Just so many, like we say, layers, so much complexity in something that could be perceived as super simple and super easy going.
Yeah, this is, in a 5%, it's a perfect pub beer. This just be a dream beer to have pouring in the tap room. And it's kind of going to get winners all around. You're going to have people that just want something cold and wet, and then nerds like us, kind of something for everyone. So as in the same way that 8 Wide is the brewery that does it all, this beer is a bloody great all-rounder.
Yeah, it's doing it all for me.
All right, thank you for joining us. Sorry it's a bit of a rush one, and really sorry we didn't get Soren on. I promise next time we do an 8 Wide beer, we'll get the man himself to get involved. Happy Monday, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for another instalment of the Advent Drink-Alongs. Cheers.
Cheers.